Holy cow. We got live. We're live. Hey guys, what's up? Jordan, you are new in the house. I mean, new first. There's a thing right under the chat that says chat replay is now available. Now, viewers who replay your live streams later will see the chat as it happened. How about that? That's cool. So if y'all are like, coming back to watch this later, you can look at the chat and see what everybody was up with. Hey guys, hey, 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 hey. Oh, somebody's name is Let's Eat in Chat. And I just read it said, hey, Katie, and said, let's eat in chat. Hey, Katie. I was like, all right, let's eat in chat. I should have like some food. And this could be a live mukbang. Somebody said I pronounced that wrong, or we pronounced that wrong in our last video. What's it called? A mukbang or something? I don't know. I'm like really terrible with this stuff. Yeah. So, hey, here we go. We're live. We are live. What is up, you guys? Yeah, I don't know. Allie asked what even is a, I'm gonna call it a mukbang because I think that sounds funnier. And when I first saw that word going around YouTube, I was like, that sounds really weird. I don't know what this is about. And then apparently it's just where you eat and talk. I don't know. I think there's some people that like to hear people eat. Apparently, the people who like really don't like to hear people eat, like the people who, are y'all one of those people who you hear people chewing or smacking or something, and all of a sudden you're like completely angry and you want to kill everybody? That's like really a disorder, I believe. I think that's actually like a problem or something. Anyways, apparently some of these people like that kind of thing though. Oh, new pumpkin stuff is available for sale on my Facebook page. How about that? All right. So, how's everybody's weekend going? We have had like kind of just a chill weekend. We've just been home and doing stuff here, taking care of stuff that needs to get done around the house. And we went to Granddolly and Granddoc's house today for some lunch. My mom invited us over for some cherry pork tenderloin, and it was delish. Delish. It was so good. And there was a whole spread of it. We actually didn't vlog any of it because we just didn't vlog today because that's life sometimes right now. We just don't vlog as much today. But Kelly and Jay did vlog it. So if you want to see what all the food was, go watch their vlog probably tomorrow, I think, or sometimes this week, the JK today, go watch theirs and you can see what all we ate. And I think we were in it too. So there you go. You can see us there. How about that? How about that? Oh, a lot of y'all hate loud chewing. Hate it, hate it, hate it. See, some people really have a problem with that. Oh my goodness. I went to the library. That is cool. Oh, the Brewers lost and the Packers didn't play. Oh, I'm sorry. It snowed yesterday. Sheila Wallace Photography. Where are you living? Because I'm gonna come stay with you because I would love to see some snow right now. We had our first like cold temperatures this weekend. It was like in the 40s last night. And so we woke up this morning and the house was like chilly. We haven't turned the heat on yet. I think it was like 64 degrees, like where the kids' rooms are. Sorry, kids, we didn't turn the heat on for you, but you're gonna be all right. They got on their feety pajamas tonight, so they're gonna be really warm, and it'll be fine. It will be just fine. Okay, so, Sarah McCartney, thank you for the super chat. She said, I've been watching since you're pregnant with Gaines. I love the series and the ones about parenting. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that a lot. Are we doing y'all stay tuned merch? I'd so buy it. She said her birthday and Christmas are coming up, so maybe then. Okay, so here's the deal on that. We've talked about doing the y'all stay tuned merch, and we've been designing some different things, and it just isn't feeling right. Like it's just not feeling right. Like all the designs that we've looked at, different things we've seen, we're like, I don't know. I don't know if I would buy it. Like, I just don't know. I don't know. So as I've been doing this series and last week or this past Thursday, when I was like putting out my video, I was like, oh my gosh, trust yourself is like the theme of this whole thing right now. And the whole last video that I just did. And I was like, I need a shirt. I need I need a tattoo. Let's all get matching tattoos. Y'all want to get matching tattoos that say trust yourself? That's even better than a shirt. We should have a big meetup and get it like done by some tattoo place and everybody get tattoos. Do y'all want to do that? That would be so fun. I don't have any tattoos at all. So it's gonna be a big deal for me. Oh my goodness, that was a really random idea, but that would be really cool. Oh, sure, I'd pay for it. Well, maybe they would like sponsor it or something. We'd like promote their tattoo place and y'all all come. We'll all get a tattoo, but they all have to match. So you have to be in for the like exact same ones that everybody gets. But if we can't get tattoos, because yeah, that is kind of expensive. I forget. I don't have any, so I forget they're like kind of expensive. Then maybe we get some shirts. But I put on my Instagram story the other day some trust yourself shirt options and had y'all vote, and y'all really didn't like the first option. I'll show you if you weren't there. Hold on. Let me just pull it up on here and I'll show you. Y'all really didn't like the first option, which I liked the first one better. And maybe it's just because you couldn't see it very well in the little thing that I posted. Okay, here we go. Let's see. So this was one option. Hang on, give it a second. I don't know how to do this on the computer. Okay, there we go. So it is kind of hard to tell what it says. There it goes. There it goes. It's kind of, I mean, maybe it kind of looks like something else instead of trust yourself. But I like that it just kind of looks like you just kind of scribbled it out when you were trying to write yourself a little note or something, you know? Okay, so there's that one. And then there was this one. And y'all voted like overwhelmingly for this one. If it'll focus here in just a second, I'll just give it a minute. So I don't know. That's what y'all said you liked better. There's like obviously a million different fonts, so we can decide. But y'all let me know what you think about that. It does kind of look like treat yourself. I thought that too. But okay, so trust yourself is kind of like what we got to do right now in this life. And as I was like getting ready to go on this live stream tonight, I was like, to say because it's been an interesting week after, I don't know. Anyways, we'll talk about it. Yeah, like my title said, I'm like, let's talk about how it's really going right now, because I try to come on here and be all positive and inspirational and tell y'all good things, and tonight I'm like, I need y'all's advice. As I was thinking of like what I needed advice about, I was like, trust yourself, yo. Like that's the theme of this whole thing. Holly Adams, hey girl, what's up? Thanks for the super chat. She said, I sent you guys a package. I can't wait for you guys to get it. FedEx said it arrived Wednesday. No, said it should arrive Wednesday. Oh, yay. Awesome. Oh, and she wants to get a matching tattoo too. Awesome, Holly. I'll let you know when we set up the matching tattoo meetup. That should be super fun. Okay. So yes, trust yourself. Let's all try to do that. But here is my thing. Yes, I've been trying to be very much more confident in setting boundaries, in trying to make like choices and thoughts and like everything for myself. If you missed Thursday's video, go watch it. Not right now, later, some point. But just like a little brief, super quick cliff notes. I kind of talked about how I had kind of a revelation, whatever you want to call it, that kind of changed my mental perspective. That I was making a lot of decisions in my life based on what I thought other people would think, or what I thought other people were thinking, or what I wanted other people to think. So I would do things a certain way because maybe that would change the way they acted towards me, or the way they treated me, or the decisions that they would make, or whatever else. And some of them being like really little tiny minor things, like literally not even a big deal, like little things. I don't know, the example I gave in the thing was like, should I brush my teeth now or should I brush my teeth later? Or like, I guess thinking to like, there would be times when I would be really ready to go to bed and I would know Cullen wouldn't be ready to go to bed. And I'd be like, well, maybe I should just like wait a little bit longer and I'll find something else to do because, well, he's not ready to go to bed yet. And maybe like if we come to bed together, then, or if I wait a little longer, he'll come to bed with me. And then we can like have some time to like talk to each other because we haven't talked to each other today. I don't know. Anyways, and then it was like I would be really tired, and then I would maybe wait around and not say anything about it, and then he would like not be ready for bed, and then I'd be annoyed and mad and angry. And that's kind of what I talked about in the video too. I gave an example of how I came home really ready to just like change out of my uncomfortable clothes, and Cullen had set up the fire pit for me and the kids and him, and doing s'mores and all this. And I was like super excited about that because like, how nice. That's a great thing. But then all of a sudden I was like, God, dang, I just wanted to, like, I've had the kids all day and I was hoping to come home and like he would get them ready for bed and whatever else. And I could just like take off my clothes and put on my comfy pants and chill. And then I started getting irritated with myself because I wasn't going inside to change my pants. And I realized, like, just go change your pants. It's fine. Like, what's the big deal? But I was trying to, in my head, going, well, if I just like walk away, then he's going to be offended because he like set up this fire pit. And then he's going to be like frustrated with the kids because they're going to be trying to jump in the fire and like burning marshmallows all on the floor and throwing sticks at each other. And then I was like, I don't know that he's thinking any of those things. And he hasn't given me any reason to think that. So I'm just going to go inside and change my pants. And I did. And it ended up working out better. And it was great. And I was in a better mood and all the things. So that was kind of my whole, basically a really short description of what the video was about on Thursday. But if you haven't watched it, you should go watch it because it was really good. And it really was something that came to my head. But then this weekend, so that was on Thursday that I put that up, filmed it on Wednesday, put it up on Thursday. And then like literally Friday, maybe yesterday, I was like, okay, so when all this came out of my mouth, did it like leave my soul? Because suddenly I am like not able to believe these things anymore. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if sometimes when you just like get something out, then it's out. And the whole week I'd been like keeping it in my head and really trying to practice it and like make decisions based on what I know that I need and what I know my kids need and all this stuff, instead of feeling guilty, making decisions based on guilt. And so I don't know. I'm just having a hard time this weekend, guys, with it all. I'm just really having a hard time, like, not questioning everything I do and thinking like, well, if I did it this way or said it this way, would that be better? Or would that make somebody else more happy? Or would that, like, I don't know. So y'all tell me what to do right here. Give me your advice. And this is seriously not me wanting y'all to be like, oh, you're great and you're wonderful and you can make the best decisions. Like, I don't know. Give me some of my advice back or something because I'm just having a hard time with it. I feel like, I don't even know. And I feel like it's made me like angry at myself because I guess I'm not like enforcing my boundaries that I know I want to have in lots of different situations. And that's just making me angry at myself, which obviously when you're angry at yourself, it makes you come across as angry to other people. And it makes you like yell at your kids and your husband and whoever else when they so much as like say the wrong thing the wrong way. I don't know. Yes, Angie Wood said it's going to take time, 30 days to make a habit. And that's true. And I even said this. I just said this to y'all in my video. Like, it takes work to change these patterns. Yeah, it totally does. And I know in some of the books I've been listening to and all that stuff, it's definitely like, it takes time. It totally takes time. And I know one of the things that I read or heard, I don't even remember. I've listened to so many things, read so many things lately. But one thing was like, as far as changing your perspective, how life is so much better and your perspective so much better. And like, I still have gray days, but I don't have black days anymore, if that makes sense. So it's not like totally down on yourself or on your situation or whatever else. But I don't know. It's just, you're still kind of like, you get in a little bit of a funk. Everybody gets in a little bit of a funk. Okay, so let's see. Sarah Curtis, what is up? Thank you for the super chat. She said, give yourself some grace. The season of life is tough. Little changes every day make for a large impact. Ooh, that's a good little advice. That is good. I like that. Little changes every day make a big impact because it is hard to change everything at one time and change the way that you set boundaries around certain people, the way that you like make decisions around certain people. And one thing I know that I've said in previous videos and all kinds of different places is making sure that you're like starting with something that's not easy, but you want to start with some of the more simple things so you feel accomplished and you feel like yes, okay, I set some boundaries here. This is great. Now I can do it in bigger areas. So, yeah, that's true. Little changes every day. Okay. Remind myself of that. Celebrate the small successes. Um, try to like celebrate and reward myself mentally for making some good decisions and setting some good boundaries in different places when I know that I have done a good job in certain places. Yes, yes, yes. That is a great suggestion. Okay, let's see. Laura Beth Schmidt, thanks for the super chat, girl. What up? She said that video last week really hit me. Feeling guilty is so hard for me. I blame myself a lot for what Hattie is going through. I always am like, I caused this. What did I do wrong? Yes. And you didn't cause it. It is not your fault in any way or shape or form. But yes, feeling guilty is really, 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 it's really hard part. Like, seriously, I start to feel guilty. And I feel like that, especially the kids can tell when I'm not being like consistent or not strict. I don't want to say necessarily, but when I'm like, letting up on the boundaries a little bit. Like, seriously, before we went to bed tonight, I was like, Brooks, everything tonight I have had to tell you like 3 times to stop before you've stopped, instead of you stopping the first time, which I know they're kids and they're going to like do things and try to test you and all that stuff. But, we've gotten to a point when I was being more consistent that it was like, you told him to stop and he stopped. But it's like he's just testing because he can tell. And they can also tell when you're frustrated and when you're like angry and when you're irritated and when you're weak, and they get you at your lowest point. Kids do. Husbands do too. Dogs do too. Except this one, I've got Ada over here. Y'all can't see her, but she's being a good girl right now. She's not being crazy. So, let's see. Just remember to keep moving forward no matter what. Kevin Myers says, is that Kevin, like Kevin from MK Swag? Are you Kevin? That Kevin? Maybe so. I hadn't heard from you in a long time. If so, yeah, that's something too that I've heard a lot of people say too, is progress, not perfection. And I definitely try to live by that rule a lot. And also, sorry, my computer's falling and I'm trying to like make it not fall. I don't know why it all of a sudden started falling. It's trying to test my boundaries right now. I'm like, stop. Okay, I think we're good. Progress, not perfection, because you're not going to change things and get perfect all of a sudden, and be able to do everything perfectly. And I think you just have to like do the best you can. Right. Like, I'm doing the best I can. I'm trying my best. Okay. Let's see. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. I know you, but I'm going to try to say Peke. Maybe is your screen name. I know who you are. You've been around forever. Long time subscriber. Commented. She said she finally got to catch the live stream. We are our worst critics. Y'all, I like suddenly can't talk, and don't give ourselves enough credit for the things that go right. Patience and prayer helps tons. Yes, that is definitely true. And Lord and I have been talking a lot this weekend because I'm like, Jesus, take the wheel. Oh my gracious. Yeah, but we definitely are and worst critics. It's one of those things. Probably if anybody else was like looking into my head right now, they'd be like, you are like giving yourself way too hard of a time. You need to just stop with that. So I need to just, yes, I know, I do. Wait, I saw a comment. Where did it go? Now I don't know where it went. Let's see. Sarah Curtis, thanks for the super chat. She said, saying no to others means saying yes to yourself, and that's okay. I'm also a people pleaser, and I'm currently working on the same improvements. Awesome. Okay. Yes, saying yes to yourself. And I feel like that's the part. Okay. I feel like that's kind of the part that I've gotten. Like, okay, if I need a minute, I'm going to say, hey, I need a minute. I'm going to go change my pants. And hopefully I haven't peed in my pants because that's happened before. But saying yes to yourself, saying no to other people, I feel like I've gotten semi okay with that. It's almost those kind of gray area things where it's like, I don't even know, because sometimes I want to tell y'all everything. And sometimes I'm like, I can't put my whole entire life on the internet, can I? Let's see. What did Raven Williams say? I feel bad for, maybe I can't read. I'm not sure if I can't talk or I can't read. I mean, I feel bad for my daughter's she's got a seizure disorder, and I feel like it's my fault. No, it's not your fault. That is not your fault there. And I know that is a big concern for a lot of people with medical issues, with children with medical issues, and all those types of things is not your fault. And you can't change it. You have to just do your best to cope with it, get through it, and it's not your fault. Oh, it is from MK Swag. What up? Okay, so they have been around literally for forever since we started vlogging. Did y'all even know that we started vlogging in 2011? That was 7 years ago, really long time ago. Have had a busy life. Love you guys. Thanks so much, Kevin, for the super chat, and thanks for coming to hang out. It's good to hear from you again. I'm glad you are doing well. Let's see. Blarba Schmidt says, oh, she has a Bama dress for Gaines, and Hattie is too tall. Well, you were too sweet. Thank you so much for that. Let's see. Oh, somebody, Jesus Take the Wheel writer is from their hometown. I'm so bad at reading comments and trying to talk at the same time. 3 kids, James says, stop focusing so much on boundaries for others and set them for yourself. You can't say yes to everything because you are only one person. Say no to the things that aren't big deals to you. And see, I just feel like I've gotten good at that. Like, I'm good at not taking on too much and like turning things down. And my sister's about to kill me because we haven't seen each other in forever because our schedules keep not overlapping. And I'm like, no, I can't go to the Halloween party tonight. I'm sorry, I just can't. It's just like the little things in life that are like, I don't know, that are just bothering you. Or me, I guess it's me, not y'all. That is it a big enough deal to like change, or is it a big enough deal to like try to be more consistent or try to change a pattern or a habit or the way that you like interact with somebody or interact with your kids or the type of like rules and structure and routines you set for your kids, and if that's going to cause conflict with your husband, or if that's going to cause conflict with a family member or with a friend, is it even worth that? But yeah, I think it is, because it's not worth yourself mentally stressing about it. But sometimes it's just getting over that hump of like, okay, I've dealt with some of the like smaller things. I've dealt with saying no, making time for yourself, like all the things. I think I have. I feel like in times when, if y'all are married, you and your spouse, you're going to argue and you're going to like get on each other's nerves, right? Okay, that's just given. Nobody goes through a whole marriage without ever having a disagreement. And if you have, then I'm not really sure what to tell you, because that ain't right. Good for you. But so sometimes it's like, do you even bring something up that's going to cause a disagreement, or do you just go with it and live with it and just let it be? And then also, if there has been some little minor stupid thing that you get into it about like, I don't even know, this is not a real life story. I'm giving a vague example that's not true, but you get into some stupid argument about like, who didn't let the cat out last night? We don't even let our cats out, so I don't know what I'm talking about, but like some really minor little thing. And then you're like, well, I'm not going to ask him to put the kids to bed now because we're already fighting and he already hates me. So like, why would I ask for something else right now? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I'm kind of there right now. This is kind of what's going on. We have not been fighting about who let the cat out of the bag. No, but okay, let's read some of you guys. Let's see. Matt and Megan said, I've been reading this book and it's been great. It's a devotional workbook that you can also do present over perfect. That's good. That sounds interesting. I will have to remember that one. Present over perfect. Okay, got it. Annette White said, it's not a real marriage if you don't argue. I totally agree. I wanted to say that, but I didn't want to like offend y'all if you don't fight. See, look, I was already thinking what y'all were going to think if I said something wrong. I've got to like re-get a mindset of just like being myself. And do you have like certain people or certain situations that like you can't, or you feel like you're going to be judged or like made fun of or feel less than or whatever? Like, do y'all have those situations? Because I'm pretty sure everybody does, right? So how do you handle that? Like, what do you do? Do you avoid those situations? Because I guess that's not really a healthy thing to do. Or do you have other strategies that you use to like cope with those types of things? Because I would love to hear, because that's something I've always had a hard time with. I've always felt like awkward and weird, and like people are definitely going to think like bad things before they think good things. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I've got some mindset. Let's see. Robin Striplings has been with my husband a total of 17 years, been married 13 years, and we have never had a fight or a disagreement. Like, you've never disagreed about anything. He's never said that he likes a yellow shirt and you liked a green shirt and then y'all disagreed. That's crazy. Okay, well, that's good. Come give us all advice on how you do that. Maybe y'all are both very just like whatever kind of people. I don't know. That's interesting. Okay. I don't even know what this name is, but let's be real. We don't want a Katie and Cullen where everyone gets a trophy. Like, be yourself and stop apologizing for being you. Keep it simple. Remember the old days. I know. It's hard. It's just hard sometimes to be yourself. Why is it hard to be yourself? There was something. Okay, so this is a little bit related. The kids were watching YouTube on the TV the other day, and an ad came on, and they're like, "Oh, an ad, skip it." And I don't give them the Apple TV remote because Lord knows what would end up like being subscribed or unsubscribed to or whatever. But so I grabbed it and like I skipped it as I was hearing the lady say something, and I was like, "What was this lady about to say?" So she was doing an ad for some like one of those little boxes that I've done worked with some companies before where like they send you the clothes for yourself because you don't have time to go shopping or whatever else. And like literally the words that came out of her mouth were like, "I don't have time to get clothes for myself because I'm always taking care of everybody else." And I was like, seriously though, like, yes, but that is I understand. Like, I do understand because that is how so many people feel right now. But why is that so acceptable and so like written into our brains that we feel like if we're not doing so much for everybody else that we can't take care of ourselves, that we're not doing enough? It's like things like that are almost like the whole reverse psychology thing. Like, you see that ad and you're like, oh, shoot, well, I went shopping today. Like, oh, maybe I should be doing more stuff for other people because, like, oh, gracious, suck. Like, it's like even the things that don't just specifically come out and say, hey, you're not doing enough. You see things like that and you're like, oh, well, I should probably be doing more too. And then maybe I shouldn't have gone shopping. Maybe I should get this box so I can like do more stuff for other people. And I just think that's bad. I don't know. Like, no offense to this company and no offense to those companies that ship you stuff, because hello, Amazon, like, I don't want to necessarily, I guess for me, I do those types of things because I want to spend more time like experiencing life, experiencing my kids and doing stuff with them. But I guess the way that it was spun just kind of made me go like, it is so drilled into our head that we should do so much for everybody else and we just don't have any time for ourselves. And I do agree that we should do things for other people and we should be helpful and we should be loving and we should like want to help everybody and save all the puppies. But like, you can't do that to the exclusion of taking care of your mental, physical, emotional health, your relationships, your kids, and all the things. Like, I don't know. Anyways, that just kind of like took me off guard. I was like, dang, they're really just beating this into our heads these days. Let's see. Caspian Seas. Been around for a long time too. What's important is my own view of myself. It took me going through 4 suicide attempts. Oh goodness, to get to the point where I didn't keep searching for everyone else's approval. Well, I'm so sorry you went through that, but it sounds like you are in a better place now, and I'm so glad to hear that. Let's see. Thinking too much about the little things. Pick your battles. Some stuff is not worth fighting about. That's true. That's definitely true. And I think that's where I am, is deciding like, what is worth it, what isn't worth it. And I think one thing that I've found that's getting me more like stressed in my head a little bit is thinking like picking the little things, picking the battles or whatever. And then it's those things that like I've gotten past several of them. And so I've like checked them off the list, cleared them out of the way. I'm like, okay, I got this under control. I got this. Like, I'm good with this. Like, I'm able to handle this and this. But then it's the things that keep coming back, that keep either occurring or popping in my head and making me feel that feeling of like, oh, I feel a little bit like this, and those are the things that probably really should be addressed because those are the important ones. I know a lot of y'all have talked about in the comments different things that you've been dealing with or that you want to be able to like approach people about, set boundaries about, and all that stuff. And those are the big ones, and those are the hard ones. So yeah. Pick the battles. Let's see. Jody says, I like to sit in church instead of being in the nursery every week. How do you handle that when you can't tell somebody no? Um, I guess you just start with telling somebody no. Like, if you want to sit in church, that's a really important thing. I mean, that's part of your spiritual growth and your relationship with God and your worship experience and everything. I don't know. You're going to have to set some boundaries. And that's the hard thing. That's one of those things I'm sitting here thinking of. I'm not like being in the nursery because we do that rarely, but one of those types of like just the situations that are hard that you're like, I've been doing this for a long time. I love it, but I also want to be able to sit in church. So what do? Maybe if you have the time, if you feel like you still want to do both, like, is there a way you could go to, I don't know how your church is. We have like a bunch of different services. Go to one service and then work in the nursery for one service. Or maybe if that's not an option, maybe work in the nursery twice a month or once a month or whatever you feel comfortable with. And so instead of feeling the pressure on yourself of having to say, hey, I'm not going to do this anymore at all, unless you don't want to. And if you don't want to do it anymore at all, then you're going to have that conversation. But maybe you can just kind of cut back a little bit at first if that's something that you want to do. But yeah, that is hard. Those things that you feel like you are serving, you're doing something that you do enjoy, and that's hard. It looks like some other people are giving you some little tips and advice in the chat as well. So make sure and read those. Let's see. Cecilia says, as a single mom of a college student and also working, trying to juggle everything, picking my battles when everyone wants me to be everywhere at once. Oh, wait, no, a single mom and a college student and working and trying to juggle everything, picking your battles when everybody wants you to be everywhere at once. That is definitely overwhelming. And you just have to say no to some things for sure. For sure. That is hard. What do you think Gaines will be when she grows up? Big Pink Cupcakes asked. That was a random out of the blue comment. Those unrelated, but she wants to be a mermaid doctor, is what she's saying right now. She wants to be. So there you have it. Let's see. Nancy says, read your Bible daily, find a quiet time to listen to God through his word. Yes, that is a great suggestion too. I'm really bad at reading anything, and I know you can get the Bible on like audiobooks and that kind of thing. And I know it is important to just read scripture, read the Bible. I feel like I do better when it's like read and then presented to me with life application mixed in. And I've done some of that too with audiobooks. And I've recently been getting up and going out and walking in the morning. So that is something I've been doing for myself that I haven't really talked about or anything. I was just like, that's something that I did a long time ago. I don't remember if I did it before we got married. I don't even remember when I started doing that, but that is like my workout of choice. And when I say workout, I don't mean that I like hardcore, like run marathons or something. I literally lately, baby steps, like we're talking about, have been like, I'm going to take 30 minutes and I'm going to get up in the morning before everybody, because I was kind of beating myself up about the fact that like I have the opportunity. Cullen's here. I can get up, walk out my door and walk outside, and he will be here while the kids are sleeping. Like I don't have to disturb him and ask him to like watch the kids or whatever, which as a couple and as a mom and dad, you shouldn't ask somebody to watch the kids. I try not to use that terminology, and then I just used it. But anyways, I can just get up and go. He's still sleeping. If he hears them, if they wake up, he'll hear them. It's fine. So that is something that I have recently been doing for myself in the past, 2 weeks, maybe, I guess. And I actually started doing it. I had started doing it again last April, which, golly, that seems like just a minute ago. And it was like so long, 6 months ago or something. And literally started. I was like, I'm going to go walking every day again. This is awesome. I love it. It makes me feel so good. And I started on a Monday. And I think and then I went Monday and I went Tuesday, and I told myself I was going to take off Wednesday and then go Thursday and Friday. Well, what do you know that Tuesday was the day that Cullen's face blew up and he went into the hospital with his staph infection in his face. And I was in a different mental place then, and everything was different. And I allowed that challenge and that roadblock in my life to totally get me off track and lead me down a different path, and was like, screw it. I'm not going to even try, because obviously it wasn't meant to be, which, that's where I was then, and you can't have regrets. So I am now determined to do it again. But like I said, I'm like, no pressure on myself to like do anything crazy. I'm not necessarily doing it because I'm like, yes, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to lose like 100 pounds today because I walked for 30 minutes. But I know it makes me feel good, and I know it's good for my health, and it's a start. So that's what I'm doing, getting out, walking. Yeah. So there you have it. That's what I'm doing right now for myself as far as physical activity, which, again, literally, I was about to come out of my mouth, it should be more, but it's not. But see, those thoughts, like, that is my thinking pattern that I'm trying to change. And I know so many of y'all have talked about too, having that type of pattern in your head. Like, I literally just feel like I need to apologize for everything that I do. So could Rachel Hollis's new book please just go on and come out? It's called Girl Stop Apologizing. And y'all know I'm kind of like obsessed with everything she does right now. She's so inspired me, and I know she's inspiring people all over the world. So that's her next book, and I can't wait for it. I think it's like February, March, something like that. Let's see. You put, okay, Robin says she puts the oh, you have triplets. Wait a minute now. You got triplets and you and your husband have never fought about anything. Now I really want you to like come give us all a tutorial. Puts the triplets in their stroller and jog 2 miles a day, and it actually helps to calm my day. Yes, I feel like I have much better days when I like get out and walk and get myself in a whole different mental state. But I turn on my audiobook, listen to some inspirational stuff. Like, the weather right now is fabulous. Everything's great. And like in the summer, it is like a walking through a sauna to even try to do anything here, which is probably good. Saunas are good for you, right? They have those in gyms. Let's see. April, thanks, April. She said, I wish you all the luck and keep doing you. Let's see. If you want socialization during your workout, Kelly Rogers says, try your local Fit for Mom stroller. Strides, it's socialization for you. You can bring the kiddos and they have other friends. Okay, so that's an interesting thought too, because this is a thing that's like different for everybody. Your workout routines, your like that type of stuff. That is so not me. I want to, like, when I go walk or do any type of exercise, I want to just like be in my own head for a minute. I feel like there's so much coming at us all the time from all different directions as far as like media, social media, obviously doing that for my job. I'm like on talking, vlogging, Instagram storying, posting pictures, responding to comments, talking to people. And when I go walk, I want it to be like just me, myself. Cullen and I did it together when we were, it was after Gaines was born. She was like 6 months old, and we would do the same thing you said, or somebody said, put the kid, put the kid in the stroller, put Gaines in the stroller and go for a walk. Or, once after a while, which this is my goal eventually, after a while, we got to where we were running and we were going further and we were, all that kind of stuff. So, but we would do that, and it was great, and it was fun to do it together. And I think that's honestly one of the things that kind of has held me back a little bit. I mean, not recently, but after we stopped working out together, like our schedule got crazier and we started, doing different things and didn't make time. I wouldn't say didn't have time, maybe didn't make time. I was like, well, okay, so when can we go? And, instead of trying to think of when I could do it by myself, I was trying to plan when we could go together. And obviously you don't have to do it together, but yeah, we used to go together, and that was great and fine and all. But then there would be some times where I would just get frustrated because I'm like, I either didn't want to go as far today or I wanted to go further, or, he wanted to go this way and I wanted to go this way. And to me, that's my time of just like going and doing. And my sister gets mad at me about that too, because she's a very much like, let's go walk together. Let's go play tennis. And I'm like, I just want to just be in my own head or my audiobook's head at that point. So yes. Let's see. Lindsay to Leo said, how do you try to stay positive? Do you think the fake it till you make it method is wrong? I love you. Thank you for sharing your lives with us. Okay, that is a really interesting comment because in the audiobook I was just listening to today, she literally refers to fake it till you make it and kind of talked about the differences in that saying. And I've never really thought about it this way. I guess when I think of fake it till you make it, which I will 100% tell you that that has totally been our lives at some points across this past year, and not in a way of like fake it just to be deceptive as much as sometimes you want to go to dinner and have a nice dinner together, even if you've been like fighting all day, and just be like, okay, seriously, we have a babysitter. Our babysitter can probably vouch for this because we like are not very nice to each other. I mean, not to her. We're nice to her, but she's like, okay, oh, y'all have a good time. But like, we just want to go have a good dinner. And so we're like, okay, can we just like act like we get along and have a date or like have dinner together and just suck it up and just pretend like nothing's wrong? Because that would be really nice right now. And totally have done that. And don't necessarily think that's the best thing to do, but sometimes it ended up making us forget that we were kind of fighting over something stupid and things were okay. There are longer term fake it till you make it type things, especially in this kind of environment. I think a lot of times, as far as like the vlogs and stuff goes, I wouldn't say that we try to like fake it till you make it kind of like, hey, tell y'all everything is fine and great and wonderful. A lot of times in our videos and our posts and whatever, we do try to keep it real, and y'all know that we do. But we're not going to share the negative every day. So a lot of times we share more of the positive things than we do the negative because, like, you don't just go out. Somebody comes to see you, like knocks on your door, your friend, you're like, hey, what's up? Hey, how are you? Great. Except you know what? Everything is horrible. You're going to like talk about the positive stuff and then talk about some of the negative stuff too. But this lady was talking about how sometimes fake it till you make it can be a good thing because she was talking about gratitude and like goal setting. And I know Rachel Hollis has talked a lot about this too, how she writes out her goals instead of writing like, I want to lose 50 pounds. She'll like write out her goal of, I have lost 50 pounds. I hope I'm saying this right. Or if she wants to, like, say, for example, start a new YouTube channel and have 100,000 subscribers, she'll write out in her goals, instead of saying, I want to start a new YouTube channel and have 100,000 subscribers, she'll say, I started a new YouTube channel and I have 100,000 subscribers. So as far as faking it till you make it, this lady today was talking about like gratitude and being grateful and not just faking it, but like mentally telling yourself, I have a great relationship. I feel confident in myself. It's kind of like along the lines of affirmations and that type of things. I'm a strong person. I'm emotionally stable. I exercised every day this week, or I don't even know how you would say that one. I exercise. Yeah, I don't know. I exercise every day. I don't know, but just kind of putting it out there. So kind of like faking it to your mind to like trick yourself so that you'll get there, kind of thing. So I think there's two different fake it till you make it. So that was a really long response to that, but it was like just in my head today. So yes. Tony T, what's up? $1, $1. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Okay, this is an interesting question too, y'all. This is getting to be a long live stream, but this is good. I'm enjoying talking to y'all tonight. Ann Hamill said, thoughts on when someone asks you, how are you? You lie, ? I feel society has taught us this and not answer how we really are. Okay, let me tell you that like a year ago, yes, I think it was about a year ago, when we started struggling more in our marriage and our life and stuff, mentally, emotionally, whatever. I really went through a phase where I was like, I'm tired of just being like, yeah, good, I'm great, I'm fine. Because I made a video and talked about how I had postpartum depression after Brooks was born. And I don't really think I talked to anybody, like said to anybody, like friends or whoever, yeah, hey, by the way, I got postpartum depression and it's really not going too great. I think we do try to focus on the positive because we think that's what people want to hear. But I told myself, I was like, I'm not going to lie. And if I'm having a bad day, I'm not going to be like, yeah, I'm great. Everything's wonderful. Now, obviously, like the cashier when I'm checking out at the grocery store asks how you doing. I'm not going to be like, actually, my life sucks. But because my life doesn't suck, I don't mean that. But you have those days when you feel that way. But as far as like a personal friend, when you've got a few minutes to talk or whatever, and you don't want to just put your burdens on anybody. But I will say I try not to just blatantly lie about it. I mean, I'll be like, you know what? Honestly, things are great. There's a lot of great things going on, but there's some stuff I'm struggling with. And, we've had a hard time with XYZ, but the kids are doing great. And, I try to be honest for real. Just kind of like this video tonight. I was like, what am I going to talk about? Because I'm just like kind of having a blah day. And I mean, it's been a great day. Like, I shouldn't even say that because it's like one of these things. I'm like, it's actually been a really great day. But I'm talking like mentally, like this whole weekend, I've just been thinking about stuff in a different way. But no, it's been a great day. We spent time with my family, and I talked about this earlier if y'all weren't here, but we had lunch with my parents, and my sister and her family and their kids were there, and it was really fun. We had a lot of fun, and it was really great. It's just like kind of the behind the scenes. You know how you can have a really great day in the world? I don't know what you would call that. But then mentally, you're kind of just like behind the scenes in your head. Your wheels are spinning and you're just kind of like questioning stuff and like beating yourself up a little bit. Yeah, I need to stop doing that. That's a problem. That's why we're all here together. I appreciate you guys being here and helping me with this. Let's see. All right. Yes, I have a good day, but mentally I will be down and feeling blah. Yes, and then you get into that cycle of like, oh, well, I feel guilty because it's been a really good day and I shouldn't feel blah. But you don't think that the activities were blah. You just think that mentally you're just like not feeling it. Okay. We've talked a ton tonight. It's gotten really long. So I am going to head out of here. Thank you guys so much. Like literally, I feel like I should just pay y'all for the therapy that we just all did together. This is fabulous. But seriously, I really appreciate you guys being here, like working through all of this with me and all the videos and like thoughts as I'm processing, and y'all being patient with me as I'm like this, like trying to figure out what I'm thinking. Hopefully some of it is helpful to y'all as well, and you're able to take some things from it. Like I've said every time, if you have questions, if you have thoughts, whatever, leave comments. This will be live, like it has to process and stuff, but then it will go up and you can replay it forever on YouTube. So if you're watching this later, you can leave comments below with questions or whatever. I love interacting with you guys, talking with y'all. If you want to leave comments on my last video, if you have questions, I try to read as many as I can and respond to as many as I can. So yes. Thank you guys so much. I will see you for another video on Thursday. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to even talk about because I'm like this right now. Maybe I will have resolved some things in my mind and I'll have a good update for y'all. But either way, I will see you guys Thursday. Thanks so much for watching. Love you guys. Bye.